Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how OP Android 16 is if you start the fight out with him, right? We know how insane Android 16 is. 200% attack, 200% defense, 50% chance to crit. He's just a wild, wild boy, right? Like, they made Android 16 insane. So, but normally it's pretty difficult to get, well, I don't want to say it's pretty difficult to get him out, but it is sort of difficult, right? You got to fall below a certain HP threshold if you're not fighting a Cell unit. It's not nearly as bad as what, like, you know, Gohan and Cell have. But, you know, Android 16, you're not going to see him too often, because even when you do use the active skill and get him out, he's only around for 2 turns. Now, technically, he's around for 3 turns, but only 2 of those you can actually use Android 16. So again, it's just the 2 turns you've got him. Now, Android 16, again, is very, very impressive. Now, normally, what you can do with these androids is you could have a leader androids, you could bring a friend androids, and you can also have the TUR on your team as well. Now, I have at this point already rainbowed the androids. I am not, however, going to go back into the banner and try and get a copy of the TUR. I've done that before with LR Baby, and it was just the biggest mistake I've ever made. Going 15,000 stones on a banner, it's just so stupid. Like, there's no reason to do it. I have plenty of yellow coins. When the androids are finally added to the yellow coin shop, I will be able to go ahead and rainbow them then. The TUR right here. Now, you know, Kale and Khalifa have finally, after so long, been added to the yellow coin shop, so I'm going to use a lot of yellow coins right now to rainbow them. But after that, you know, there's probably going to be, you know, 3, 4, maybe 5 LR banners before these guys are added to the coin shop, right? Now, I would actually say these androids are probably a better TUR than all the LR TURs except for Kale and Khalifa. Kale and Khalifa, they're like the one kind of TUR of an LR where I would say even before you rainbow Kale and Khalifa, you probably do want to keep a copy of the TUR. Like, Kale and Khalifa, the TUR and SSR, they're just so broken that I think it actually is worth it, right? But, so 4.86 right there. That is linked up with the TUR. We can get a lot higher. Like 16, he's just so crazy. And he does lower your health by 6% on his 18 key. But considering like what massive attack and defense he has, I just don't think it matters. Like, you know, normally I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, for example, LR Full Power Frieza does lower your attack as well. Or, excuse me, not your attack, but he does lower your health on his 12 key super attack. Where I find it's more detrimental on him. But on, like, Android 16, you know, you've only got him for 2 turns. So you're only going to be able to do 2 18-key super attacks with him anyway. And it's just not really going to hold you back that much compared to, like, a lot of other sort of negative effects that some units will have. So I don't really hold it against Android 16 at all that he lowers health. Now, you know, we're doing something that you can't normally do here, right? Which is, you know, basically have an Android 16 unit. Like, you know, at the start of turn and then completely going through the entire fight. At that point, you know, him doing this 18-key super attack constantly probably would be detrimental to the team, but it's just not something I don't think you're not gonna see it that often. And by the way, I have heard people are very, very disrespectful to our boy. Oh yeah, okay, so if we have a 16 and then 2 of the LRs on rotation, that's gonna be crazy. But people have been very disrespectful to this unit right here, 18 and 17, before they actually use their active skill, and it's just absolute ridiculousness. They are insane. Honestly, I am like, I almost feel comfortable calling them the 3rd best unit in the game. They're that good. Like, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is honestly very, very impressive. But at this point, I just, again, they're so good. I feel like if people think this unit is average, you kind of, like, you're either 1, not giving them a chance because they're not a hype character, or 2, you just have no idea what you're talking about. Like, these androids are crazy. They're so insane. They're so busted. I think, like, calling them the 3rd best unit in the game might not be a stretch. Yeah, 5.52 million. Like, that's without B-Pan. That's really good. That's really, really good. And again, he has a 50% chance to crit. So very, very often we're going to see 16 crit. If you're going up against a Cell or an Android Saga enemy, 16 has a guaranteed additional super attack. Now, the reason I do think there is a big gap between... So let's just say, for the sake of this video, that the androids are the third best unit in the game, right? We'll just say that. I do still think, however, that there is a pretty sizable gap between number 2 and number 3. So LR, Gohan, and Goten, and the androids. I think Gohan and Goten are comfortably ahead of the androids. Or, you know, maybe the third best unit is Super Saiyan 4 Goku, something like that, right? But Kale and Caulifla and Gohan and Goten, I feel like people don't really properly understand why those units are so busted. People are on the side of Gohan and Goten being insane, but people, you know, like to write off Kale and Caulifla. Those two units with their additional attacks, that's what makes them so busted. 16 will pop out his 5 million attack set, very impressive. But Gohan and Goten will pop out a 5 million attack set, and then they could do a 4 million attack set, and then they could do a 4.5 million attack set. Like, because they greatly raise attack on every single attack. Like, it's just insane what they can do, right? Now, if you dial it back, you go to Kale and Caulifla. Kale and Caulifla could do a 5 million attack set, then they could do, you know, a 500,000 normal, and then they could do a 3 million attack set, a 3 million attack set, and a 3 million attack set. That's why Kale and Caulifla and Gohan and Goten are on a different realm. Those two units, like, I do still think Kale and Caulifla are the best unit in the game, you know, by far, even over Gohan and Goten. But, like, I just, every day that passes, I almost kind of do have Gohan and Goten in, like, the same tier level as Kale and Caulifla. Like, as of right now, if I did an LR tier list, I would probably have, like, the Z tier would be Kale and Caulifla and Gohan and Goten. Just as time has gone on, Gohan and Goten, they just impress me more and more. Like, you know, it's like compared to some other units who, you know, as time has gone on, I feel worse about them. Like Gohan, as time goes on, Gohan just seems more unimpressive to me. Like LR AGL Gohan, who just came out, he just seems more unimpressive and unimpressive and unimpressive to me. Whereas, like, Gohan and Goten and Kale and Caulifla, I just, like, am stunned at how insane they are. Like, it's just crazy. So, like, they are easily number 1 and number 2. You know, comparing the androids to LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, though, that's, like, a much better comparison. It's just that when you consider how much extra damage the androids will add to the entire rotation, that's what... Okay, so 5.66. That's pretty good. That is quite good, Android 16. And again, this man is having like 1 billion defense every turn too. Like I feel like pretty much the only damage at this point that we've really taken is just from like Android 16 super attack. And like, yeah, we did get hit by that one super attack, but Android 16 is just like, he's so good. I love it. Like, I do think Dokkan made a mistake dropping this unit right now. I think LR Bye Guys Goku, the community just would have accepted him a lot better. You know, he's just a much more hype character than the androids. But the androids, like, if they were released in, like, November or April or, you know, March, one of these, like, non-celebration months, they would have been so good. Like, you know, one of the best units in the game just released in sort of an odd month. But I do feel like they are a little bit out of place where they were released, because the androids were released basically in the same time slot that LR, Goku, and Frieza were released last year. And, like, LR, Goku, and Frieza, you know, maybe the androids are better than them. You know, I feel like that might still, that's a reasonable discussion, right? You know, maybe LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR, Goku, and Frieza, LR androids, sort of comparing them all. You know, again, Gohan and Goten and Kale and Caulifla, they're on a different level. I don't think it's fair to compare them to the other units in the game. But, you know, maybe you could say Goku and Frieza are better than the androids. I wouldn't be, like, I'm not going to see someone say that and be like, oh, you're an idiot. Like, it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of get where you're going from. Like, because I do like, the one lesson I learned from Gohan and Goten is you do want to evaluate these units on what they can do in their best situation. Like, I've seen people like Zahal has said that he feels like units should be evaluated at the free dupe level, and I definitely get what Zahal is saying right there, right? Like, that's not bad thinking at all. But, like, I don't know. I just like to see what the unit is capable of doing in sort of, like, their max situation. Not, like you know, B-Pan and support type units all over the place on the rotation, but just sort of in, like, their best team, right? Because if you toss Gohan and Goten on, like, the full power team and have them as a floater, they're just not going to look that impressive. But if you're running a double LR Gohan and Goten lead team, and, like, you have, like, the movie support Gohan, like, they're going to look like damn near the best unit in the game. They're going to look like even more impressive than Kale and Caulifla sometimes. Because, you know, Kale and Caulifla, I do think they're the best unit in the game, even better than Gohan and Goten. But, you know, they do get a lot better if they're going up against a Pure Saiyan or a Universal Survival Arc enemy. That is just, like, that's the thing, right? Like, you have to keep that in consideration with them. That they're not always going to be at their absolute best. Now, again, I don't really think that it really holds them back that much because their defense is always still stacking. Their dodge chance gets insane in any event outside of, like, Dokkan Battlefield is really the only place where the dodge chance is not, like, through the roof for Kale and Caulifla, right? But, like, Super Battle Road, Dokkan events, Kale and Caulifla, they're bobbing and weaving like Muhammad Ali. Like let's just be real, right? So, I don't know. This whole video, I'm just talking about the best LRs in the game. 16 and the androids definitely deserve a spot up there. Compared to Gohan and Cell, who I find very unimpressive, very underwhelming, very disappointing, I have the complete opposite reaction for the androids. The androids completely blow me away with how impressive they are in every way. Links, leader skill, passive, support type ability, Android 16's active skill. All of these things, to me, just make the androids just like a mythical unit. I am very, very impressed with them. I think Akatsuki did a really good job. And it's good, right? I think, again, Akatsuki gets an L for Gohan and Cell. Gohan and Cell are just very unimpressive. I'm sorry. Like, they're disappointing. You can't get their transformations often. You know, there's just negativity surrounding those two units. But the androids, it's just all good feelings with them. So, I love the androids. Android 16 is incredible. The LR androids in total are incredible. Their TUR is amazing. Their support type units, they fill in every box. Like, they check off every box. They're just a crazy unit. So, let me know what you guys think. Look at what Android 16 does, man. Like, this is why he only lasts for 2 turns. Because every single turn, he's critting. We're in the most difficult event in the game. This is as hard as it gets. And 16 is critting every single turn for 4, 5, and 6 million. He's busted. Like, they only give you 2 turns of him because he's almost too good. Like he really is that ridiculous, right? So, big shout-outs to Android 16. Big shout-outs to the LR androids. Thanks, guys, for watching. And I'll catch y'all next time.